The Chinese have the largest army on Earth, and yet they have a weapon so secretive it's virtually invisible. Although not literally stealth, the PLA's tendency to keep things hush-hush on the down low and away from the media. We did get a glimpse in 1997 when Hong Kong went back to China after 100 years of British rule, and the PLA parade marched down the streets in full view. So with the exception of the odd random image online and its use as a Hollywood sci-fi prop, we haven't really had a good look at this weapon since the parade 13 years ago.
为防务交接做准备。
So we went out to see if we could catch sight of the elusive Type 97, or even the Type 95.
Okay, so we're at the location of a local PLA base in Hong Kong. We're just hoping to catch a glimpse of any guards on patrol or standing sentry with their Type 97.
But alas, to no avail. No guards in sight at all, armed or otherwise. So we moved on to the PLA Central Headquarters. But once again, it slips away. No guards there, or there, or anywhere along there. Not a single visible soldier in the barracks was armed. So we thought to try our luck at the police stations. But even at the Hong Kong Police Headquarters, nothing. The weapon exists in vast numbers, and yet it's still incredibly hard to find. And that's what makes it China's invisible weapon. Luckily, we have the next best thing, and it's airsoft.
So here we have the real sword Type 97. These AEGs are made with the approval of the Chinese government, which means, unlike other AEGs, these won't be disappearing anytime soon. As AEGs, they are made of fiber-reinforced polymer, making them durable, strong, but with a smooth black finish just like the real thing. Despite the plastic nature of the gun, the steel assemblies and this aluminium housing and the metal gearbox inside give this the exact right amount of weight for a weapon of this size and its type. Also, due to the extremely high tolerances, this thing is virtually wobble-free. Out of the box, they clock in at about 275 FPS, making it safe and clean for indoor and backyard plinking. That said, although the parts are proprietary, they are easily available from our company, and it takes standard AEG springs so you can mod it up or down to your taste. Real Sword manufactures these AEGs as the Type 97 and the Type 97B, the B being shorter and having this integrated front vertical grip just like the real thing. So how do they shape up compared to other AEGs? Let's give you a little bit of a demonstration of scale. Here we take an M16 AR. As you can see, the barrel length is about the same. If it's off, it's only off by about half an inch, which means effectively you have the same barrel length in a compact size, as is typical for a bullpup layout. The 97B compares quite readily with an M4, so again its practical performance is pretty comparable. The Type 97 feeds from a StatNag M16 style magazine. These are made by Real Sword, however, you can technically fit a Tokyo Marui magazine, but they don't feed terribly well, unless you modify them slightly, in which case it is possible. Otherwise, you can easily buy the Real Sword magazines. Real Sword makes them in mid-cap and high-cap versions, all of them with steel housings. The sighting solution exists as iron sights built into the integrated handguard. The front sight is simply a post inside a ring, and the rear sight actually rotates through 4 different apertures. Also available from Real Sword is this all-aluminium Picatinny rail system. It attaches by simply sliding onto the top of the 97's mounting plate. Then you screw down the hex screws to affix it, and now you have a standard rail attach optical mounting option. The 97B is of a more compact set of proportions, more comparable to an M4 except built more like an oversized P90. It's much more compact. But as a true bullpup with the metal in the rear, it pulls the weighting to the rear. This can be a little strange for most, but it puts the pivoting of center mass in the rear, making it much easier to move around rapidly. Also, with the optical system, I can easily install standard optics, and with my standard size magazines, it means my magazines will be compatible with my standard M16 magazine pouches on my vest. The integrated vertical grip is a one-piece polymer built into the front end system. And it has various ergo grips, including this thumb stopper here. Sorry for the left-handed people who might have trouble doing this. Making it naturally a very ergo weapon. Magpul would be proud. The only slightly less ergonomic, non-intuitive thing about this weapon is the layout of the fire selector, which is back here, which is in an annoying position, just like the real thing. Although a little strange to access, the charging handle is in not entirely awful position, and the hop-up dial is accessible through the breech. Simple dial layout. If you're looking for something a little different in airsoft, you can go bullpup. And even amongst bullpups, the Real Sword Type 97 is incredibly rare. That said, it takes standard optics on its standard top accessory rail. It takes fairly standard size stat-mag magazines, and it takes standard inner barrels in a very compact format. Strange gun, familiar systems. China's invisible weapon. Airsoft's exotic AEG. Real Sword's top quality product. Available from Redwolf at www.redwolfairsoft.com.